Dana Perino has long embodied power and ease. Her strength, intellect, and impeccable manners symbolize power and achievement in a harsh world. From 2007 to 2009, Dana was the 26th White House press secretary under George W. Bush, making history. She was the second woman to occupy the role after Hillary Clinton. Dana educates and informs millions as a Fox News political commentator and vivacious co-host of The Five. Her dark side lies beneath her polished professionalism and friendly smile. Dana's husband's declining health has been a secret issue for years. After a long silence, the forceful commentator revealed the tragic truth. Watch this video for instructions. Before we get into this portion of her life, let's look at Dana's trip and how she met Peter, her constant companion. Evanston, Wyoming was Dana Perino's starting point on May 9, 1972. Wyoming was her favorite even though her family moved to Denver, Colorado when she was 2. Summers learned on her grandfather's ranch to work hard, be tough, and believe no problem was too big to tackle. She was shaped by her grandfather's optimism, toughening her for later. Her father, Leo Perino, sharpened her mind. They read newspapers together and discussed the day's important stories in the evenings. It was more than small conversation. Her father advised her to weigh all options before making a decision. She would continue this rigorous analysis throughout her career. Dana used these courses to study Spanish, political science, and mass communication at Colorado State University. She went beyond class. She entered radio and TV immediately. At KTSC-TV, a Rocky Mountain PBS station, and KCY-FM radio, she worked a rigorous overnight shift. Schoolwork and 2 a.m. Wake-up calls were annoying but strengthened her. It gave her confidence to accomplish anything. That wasn't her last goal. Dana earned her master's at Illinois Springfield while reporting for WCIA in the state capital. A fast-paced, high-pressure environment taught her how to be calm, which became one of her most significant job talents. Strong, curious, and driven, Dana moved from a little village to the heart of Washington, D.C. These childhood experiences given her the ability and fortitude to handle difficulties as they arose. This helped her become a respected political media presence. After earning her master's degree in writing for a while, Perino bravely ran for office. Dana went seeking more than a job, to make a difference and be part of something bigger. She began her political career as Scott McKinnon's staff assistant. She learned a lot about Capitol Hill from it despite its modesty. Dana quickly understood that even tiny chores matter in politics, therefore she did them effectively. She managed schedules and small things. Her hard effort earned her the press secretary position for Congressman Dan Schaefer, responsible for major energy policy issues. Dana suddenly found herself in the heart of contentious subjects that everyone had an opinion on. The pressure was real, as expected. She had to carefully consider every word she spoke or wrote. Instead of being afraid, she leaned in. These early occupations were hard, but they taught Dana how to communicate, keep calm, and think swiftly. We learned from every challenge and every victory. She had no idea these qualities would help her acquire a fancy career. Dana faced a major decision when Congressman Dan Schaefer retired in 1998. She worked hard in Washington, D.C. to shine in politics, but she didn't immediately change jobs. She retreated. They packed and moved to the UK with her husband, Peter McMahon. It allowed me to relax, start afresh, and rethink life. Living overseas gave Dana time to ponder and feel better. Though she stopped caring about politics, she enjoyed it. Dana returned to Washington after 3 years ready to work. Her U.S. Department of Justice spokeswomanship began in 2001. She discussed difficult topics where every word mattered. Despite the pressure, Dana's calmness shone. She became White House Counsel on Environmental Quality Deputy Communications Director in 2003 when she was ready. This job altered everything. Environmentalism is difficult to discuss, and Dana had to develop ways to explain things that often sparked disputes. Lost in politics, she learned to write clearly and smartly. She earned a good reputation at the White House via hard work and planning. Dana was improving at work. Her hardest test was still to come. When Tony Snow resigned as White House press secretary in 2007, Dana was questioned. The burden of that large assignment would have made anyone doubt themselves. White House Communications Chief Ed Gillespie urged Dana to proceed. Even then, Dana doubted herself. She felt that she had to show herself more than others, even if she didn't go to an Ivy League school. She was terrified but persevered. Instead, she fed her drive. Reading, studying, and practicing made her the most ready in the room. As Bush's White House press secretary, Dana's job was difficult. The position requires constant stress, briefings, quick decisions, and calmness. Everyone saw. The fear persisted after I quit my work in 2009. Dana suffered persistent tinnitus for 2 years. One of the wildest events of her presidency occurred in 2008 in Iraq. An irate reporter tossed a sneaker at President Bush during a press conference. A Secret Service agent protected the president throughout the pandemonium, accidentally put a microphone in Dana's eye. Even though her scar pained, she continued. Nobody complained, only a tremendous resolve to finish. Dana had to decide what to do after leaving the White House. She joined Fox News because Sean Hannity urged her. It was a new world with issues. Many doubted she could shift from government worker to unbiased political analyst. They dubbed her another GOP spokeswoman. Dana didn't let worries define her. She steadily won people over by staying still, thinking smartly, and staying calm. AE's The Five allowed her to demonstrate her versatility beyond politics. She was trusted because she thought things through, even when the news was terrible. Dana Perino was developing a successful career beyond the spotlight. She was silently struggling with some serious issues behind closed doors. While offering smart TV analysis and being calm, she was emotionally caring for her boyfriend. Dana and Peter's love story sounds movie-like. Diana wasn't seeking for love when she flew from Denver to Chicago in August 1997. Fate had other plans. She sat next to Peter McMahon, a charming British man with a warm grin and inquiring eyes. This altered her plans. Washington is moody. It felt nasty to her. She may have needed this meeting to breathe fresh air. Peter hoped to sit next to the lovely blonde girl with the ponytail headed down the jetway. He got lucky. He was intriguing to Dana due to his British accent, lack of a wedding ring, and simple charm. They talked nonstop for 2.5 hours and didn't want it to end. But Dana didn't want to appear too excited when the plane landed. She only wanted Peter to reach her. Dana gave him her usual card with her office, phone, fax, and email addresses. Peter took the cue and emailed her everything he had been thinking and feeling since they met. Dana ignored email for 10 days. People were anxious about those days. Her thoughts were so intense she couldn't eat or sleep. After she read his message, they resumed contact. After racking up expenses on the phone between DC and the UK, they agreed to meet in New Orleans. Peter was thrilled. He arrived at the airport early and walked like a teenager on his first date. Dana realized she had to leave the plane fast or her worries would take over. Their fast-paced relationship accelerated swiftly. After less than a year, Peter proposed outside the Washington Cathedral, stating it was the only way they could be together. However, Dana, always cautious, waited long to respond. Peter received a letter exactly 1 year after their fateful meeting. They thought about their love often. Her thoughts on their time together, she gave him the answer he wanted, and they married. Dana and Peter's marriage has been supportive and fun since 1998. Peter was more than Dana's husband. He kept her grounded with his sense of humor and calm perspective, especially when press meetings or Fox News got too much for her. Peter usually gave Dana a kind word or a witty comment to assist her cope with public life stresses. However, all connections are tested. Dana just revealed Peter's serious health issues. She said little, but it was evident that this was a big issue. Even though they've always relied on one another, neither expected this. Roles changed abruptly. Dana juggled work and Peter. Working and caring for a loved one is difficult, so Dana had to develop new time and energy management skills. While this time has been difficult, it has also showed how close they are. Problems forced them to face their anxieties and weaknesses. Instead of breaking them, it pushed them closer. The prior respect, support, and fun and varied perspectives helped them. Peter has been sick, yet he stays upbeat and inspires Dana with his passion. In contrast, Dana has used her own experiences, such as a forehead scar that needed immediate treatment, to better comprehend Peter's situation. That occurrence made her understand how fragile life is and increased her commitment to appreciate every moment with him. They've learned that true love is about supporting one another through terrible times as well as celebrating successes. Dana and Peter's story shows how strong love, teamwork, and commitment can be. Despite the uncertainty, their love has demonstrated that two people can withstand even the toughest storms. As a prominent figure, Dana must mix her fame with her deepest issues. Despite the chaos behind the scenes, she must stay cool and focused as a Fox News anchor. Maintaining this equilibrium is hard. However, Dana has been candid about her path, showing followers more of her than the polished TV image. Due of her honesty, people can relate to her and recognize that even the strongest have weak moments. Dana shares her own life yet protects Peter's secrets. Remember that some aspects of your life should remain private even when you're famous. Her viewers connect with her balance of honesty and privacy, creating a trusting relationship. Dana and Peter's connection is solid because they trust and help one another. Peter has always encouraged Dana to succeed at work, giving her the consistent backing she needs to fly. In response, Dana proved her dedication by helping Peter with his health issues. This highlighted that true partnership entails being there for good and terrible times. Dana has always relied on Peter's positivity and humor to cope with Washington, D.C. and the media's high stress. Life dealt them unexpected hardships, yet they kept close. It grew stronger. They demonstrated that love is more than happiness and success, it's about strength in times of trouble. We must change, help, and find strength in each other when life requires it. Perino's narrative is about balance, strength, and authenticity. She maintains a seemingly unattainable equilibrium. Dana's life proves you can be successful and moral. She achieves this while facing political pressure, helping her sick husband Peter, and empowering young women. Her novels, The Good News Is and Everything Will Be Okay, recount her trip and its lessons. Dana is honest. She admits to feeling disoriented and unsafe. Instead of making success seem unachievable, she emphasizes being present, learning, and not giving up. Her stories resonate because they're true. Warning: trying your best and not giving up are more essential than perfection. Dana writes more than advice books. Her Minot mentoring program gives young women rapid, relevant job advice. She gives quick tips you can use right away because she knows not everyone has time for long mentoring sessions.